Hi there. I wanted to share with you about men. I saw a post today from a man called Om Rupani who works with men in a similar way that I work with women. He's quite controversial in some ways, but he's definitely worth checking out. Anyway, he posted a question today about men. His question was, what is it that men are lacking these days that they need more of? And there was a bunch of questions or answers coming through that were really similar to the same things that I hear from women all of the time about what it is that, what's wrong with men and what do they need to be better at or do better. And it really got me to thinking about sharing this with you because it's such an important thing. And we talk about this so much in the work that I do. We do it in the Love Codes program, but we don't do it enough just in general as women, as people out in the world. And it's so important that I really want to share it with you today. And I've made a hot cup of tea and they always get cold because I never get to drink them. So I'm going to drink this while I chat with you. Excuse me. So a lot of the things that women said that men need these days and that they say to me often is, they lack intimacy, they lack commitment, they lack the drive to get up and go, to make things happen. Women say what they want more from men is decisive action, to take charge, to be confident with them as a lover, and to be confident in the world, to make decisions. They want men who are going to step up and follow through. So many, this is what everyone comes to me saying that they want in a man that men don't have. And this is what these women were saying on this post. But what I want to share with you is something that is really truly what men are lacking and what they really need, our modern day men. And when they have this thing, then you see miracles, in fact, happen. When men have this thing, then they start to do all of those things that you're talking about. They start to step up. They start to take action. They start to be more decisive. They start to take charge of situations and, basically step more into that very strong, grounded, and healthy masculine. My cup of tea. I wish this was alive so someone could keep reminding me to drink it. And that is that what men sorely need these days is to feel a deep sense of validation and like it's okay for them to be a man. Now that might not sit right for everybody, but hear me out. All of the things that women come to me saying they want more from men, and all of the women in my Love Codes program, they all say that they want men to be more decisive. All of the things that I've just listed off, these are all masculine traits. Now, men are not displaying those masculine traits. Yes, one aspect of that is because, as women, we've been kind of forced to be more in our masculine energy, and so therefore there's not a lot of space for men to be in that masculine. But let's step outside of that. That's not the only thing that's going on. Men for years have been bearing the brunt of our world focusing on the shadow of the masculine or the toxic masculinity. Don't get me wrong, it's there and it's a problem, but that's not all that's there. There are so many good men. In fact, the majority of men are really great and really good, but we have been saying so much and putting it out there so much that, a lot of these masculine traits are bad, that men have taken on now from a very young age this internalized idea that their naturalness in their masculinity, their natural manliness is bad and wrong. So most men are walking around unconsciously, not knowing it, feeling ashamed for their natural desires, for their natural tendency into masculine traits. So being strong, being decisive, taking charge, am I supposed to open the door or not? I don't know. They're scared. They're so scared. And, not even, men have been told that they're, way back when, for a long time, men have been told that their natural desire for sex is bad. Oh, men are just interested in one thing. They feel like they can't show the fact that they're really interested. I mean, I can tell you, I've worked with women and men all over the world, and Australian women are renowned. Well, Australian men are renowned for not making the first move. And it's often the case. But women, the Australian women, are renowned for not giving enough signals that they're interested. And the men are walking around terrified to step into that masculinity. And it's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's our societal fault. Just like women have been forced into their masculinity because feminine values have been undervalued. Feminine traits have been sorely undervalued, and that's not our fault that we've stepped more into our masculine, but we're reclaiming that now. This is a revolution, and we're changing the way that we are in the world. We're bringing the feminine values back, and we're valuing them so that we can be valued in that feminine empowerment and still be recognized in the world. And in the same breath, what I want to suggest and what I want to offer is for everybody, men included, but for women especially, let's start helping men to heal that wound, that masculine wound that they're all carrying. Let them know that you love them being masculine. You love their manliness. Say it. It can be to your partner. It can be to somebody that you're dating. It can be to someone you're chatting on an app, or it can be to the guy who makes your coffee for you. I've had women in my program try this out, kind of, having a little play with it. And one client that practiced this with her barista, and it was the best thing ever. He remembered her name, I think it was initially, and she said to him, "I love how you speak to me by my name. It makes me feel really special." I tell you what, every day since then, he didn't just remember her name, he remembered exactly what she wanted for her coffee, and he made her feel really special. He used to give her lots of little free things, but it just puffed him right up into his strength and confidence. And that's what we want for our men, right? If you are in a relationship, if you're dating someone, if you're on an app and the guy says, "Hey, let's take this off the app and go on a date," say to him, "Well, I love how courageous you are for saying that. Oh my God, he will love that." And I actually have a client in my current Love Coach program who has started doing that on the apps, and she has said that she's getting inundated with men wanting to take her on dates, not just chatting, but wanting to take her on dates, and it has never happened to her before. And it's simply because she's changed her language and she's starting to appreciate men and tell them how wonderful they are for their masculine traits. I promise you that it's a different world we live in when men feel validated and okay to be masculine and be in their manliness. And when they have that, they start to display all those traits that we really want in them. So women, we are so powerful. We have so much power in us to create a better world, to create a world of more love and more harmony and more connection. And this is one of the ways to do that. So I really hope that you receive this well, and that you can start to see it playing out in your life, and tell me how it goes. Give it a play. Love to you all.